Welcome to Money Club Mondays, August 8th, 2022. So today we have a couple borrowers on. We have some fresh deals that are ready to go. So we actually have three different borrowers that are going to be talking today. So we are going to start with Steve Lawson, then we'll move over to Chuck Hypnarowski. Hopefully I said that right, Chuck. And then we have Andrew Chesnutt on behalf of Chris Rood. With a new deal that's ready to be funded also. So we have several options. So those of you that have money, you're looking to lend out, whether it's coming from an IRA, whether it's coming from a banking policy, whether you're just trying to move some money that you got sitting around, maybe pull it out of the stock market, you got a HELOC going, some equity from your home. Let's get that money moving. Let's get it secured. And all three of these investors today are very experienced and good at what they do. So this is your opportunity to learn about some solid deals to get that money moving and making more money for you. So Steve Lawson, how are you, sir?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. So great to see you. So Steve, just, anybody that hasn't been on this before, maybe new to the Private Money Club, just start with maybe a quick introduction. But Steve has been working with us now for probably at least a year now, right, Steve? You've
Private Money Club. 3-4 months, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And he's been borrowing and all the lenders have been super happy with all the deals. He's done everything from short-term to long-term. And you've had some really cool deals in the past. You're up in the Indianapolis area, Indiana. And
Correct.
I believe that's where you focus on your real estate. But just real quick, like 2 minutes, just a little about your background.
I spent 10 years as a financial planner, first helping people invest in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. And then in 2002, 20 years ago, I switched over to real estate. And I've been doing that ever since. The last 8 to 10 years, I've done a couple hundred flips, bought and sold several hundred properties, and building a portfolio as well of rentals that I own. So just quite a few different things within real estate. And I've been working with Private Money Club for not quite a year and a half, but close to it, somewhere in there. Worked with at least a dozen different investors, and most of them we've done 4, 5, 6 different deals with them. And they loaned for 6 months, got paid back. And they want to go right back into another one. So that's been good. And we just I've been doing that and have been just kind of increasing the volume. And yeah, so we've actually been picking up several properties for several different reasons recently. First, we've been getting some great deals from sellers who kind of started to panic. Again, the news is never as bad as the TVs make it sound usually. And so, a few of them have read a couple, articles here and there, and they're, the world's about to end, bubble's going to burst, and their house is going to be worth, 3 cents. So they better hurry up and sell. That's their mindset. We'll help them out. So we found some good deals for those reasons. Another one is we've added some resources that enable us to sell the rehabbed houses even more quickly than we have. So we're adding more properties because we've found a new resource to sell those properties to. And we've actually added an additional exit strategy that we're actually able to start exiting some of the properties as early as 5 to 8 weeks without doing rehab. So that's kind of plan A, is if we can do that, we can make money really quick. You talk about velocity. If we can buy a property and get in and out in 5 to 8 weeks and then turn around and do it again, that's kind of that's our first choice. If that doesn't work out, then we'll kind of go to plan B and plan C. So we have multiple exit strategies with every property. And so on those shorter term ones, what I'm doing is I'm offering a full 12% interest. It's just real easy, 1% per month, makes the calculation simple. But what I'm doing is I'm rounding up to the next month. So if we borrowed money for 5 weeks, let's say it's 35 days, we're actually going to pay interest for 2 full months. And so I don't want to, I didn't want to overcomplicate things. If we're doing a really fast turnaround, you have your money working for 5 weeks and then you pull it out and it's a week or 2 before you get it back in. I kind of wanted to find a way to kind of reward you for being willing to, to work with us. And so I'm rounding up, regardless of how many days in the month. And so I'm paying you for a full month of interest. And then again, the goal is to get it right back in and do it again with more projects. So offering 12% interest, and again, rounding up.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I mean, that's one of the challenges with some of the short-term lending is, you get the money back and then it sits for a little amount of time. So, a 12, until you get out to the next deal. So a 12% return ends up not really being a 12% return. So by, paying them that while the money sits for a couple weeks, presumably until you get the next deal rolling and get the paperwork done and all the closing and everything. I mean, that's a great way to kind of make up for that short-term aspect of it. But on the other hand, it gives the lender the ability where, hey, they get that money back. And then, if they have another opportunity or something like that, now they have it. So they're keeping that short term, which, in this market right now with things changing very quickly and the way that, the way things are looking right now, the shorter to me, the better right now. So that's really cool, Steve.
Yeah, as I say, in an ideal world, we're in and out in 35 to 40 days. You get 60 days of interest, but then by day 45, we've got you back into the next one. So you're earning your interest on two different properties at once if we move it fast enough. So with that said, we've got a couple of properties that are definite. It's under contract. We've done our due diligence. We've got a closing date set, some as early as later this week or early next week. Then we have a few more properties that are very likely. They're under contract. We've agreed to the price. We're doing our final due diligence and inspections over the next 24 to 48 hours. And so we'll know for sure on those, but most of those are looking pretty likely. And then we have a couple of probablys that we're pretty sure we're going to do. And again, when I say pretty sure, even those are probably a good 75, 80% chance those are going to move forward. So you add all those up, we've got about 6 or 7 projects right now that we're looking for funding for. So I'll start off at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I won't go through every one of them, but I'll give you the details on the first couple. For example, the first one, it is a 4-bed, 1-bath stone ranch. It's got a new roof, and it's, to be honest, it's got a really high weeds. It probably has not been mowed this year. And it's got trash in the yard. And when I say trash, it's furniture. But other than that, it is a fantastic, there's not a crack in the foundation. Again, the roof is new, stone ranch. The house next door just sold for $130. Basically, this needs a mow and a clean out and a coat of paint. And we're getting it, we'll be all in for $80. So we're looking for $80 on that one. So that's the first one. That's under contract. That's closing actually early next week as soon as we get the funding for it. So again, looking for $80,000. Should have that property for month and a half. And by the way, the house that sold next door, it is actually same bed, bath, square foot, and year built. So just for comparison, it was the exact same model of ranch, and it sold, like I said, just sold for $130. So we're pretty excited about that property. Another one that's very likely a 4-bed, 2-bath, spacious, about 2,000 square feet. And again, we're all in purchase plus rehab for $80. And the comps on that one are actually even higher. So that one's pretty likely. So those first two, they're both $80,000. I've got another one that is actually less. Ironically, the comps are higher, but we just need less. We got a great deal from the seller, $60,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath stone ranch with a 2-car garage for $60,000. Like I said, the comps are well into the hundreds. We just got a great deal on it. And so that's a third one. So that one really needs 60. Another one that we've got, we need 85. Again, these are the purchase plus the rehab. Again, it's another 3-bed, 2-bath, again, another spacious, I think that one's about 18 or 1,900 square feet. So again, so just some nice, larger ranch homes, a lot of these. We've just been getting some really good motivated sellers that have decided they want to just get out. And then the last couple, it's a little smaller. Again, smaller, it's still 1,500 square feet, but it's a 3-bed, 1-bath ranch. We need 75 for that one, purchase plus rehab. Just again, keeping track. Those are basically 80, 80, 60, 85, and 75. So they're all in that same range of what we need. And again, all the comps are over 100. Well over 100 for most of those. Then the last one, there's actually a little bit of an unusual situation. We have a couple where we just need 10 or 15. One of them might be for a little bit longer. Like we'll need that one for about 9 months. We're doing something different with that one, but it's just we need just a little bit, just a smaller amount for someone who's listening to the, hey, they need 60 or 80, and I've only got 20 or 25. We've got a couple opportunities for that as well. Those are just a little bit different. So quite a bit of opportunities out there. And
yeah, I mean, if anybody's on, watching, you guys have any questions about any of those deals Steve just mentioned, put them in the chat box. We'll cover those. And like I mentioned, Steve's been borrowing from people in the Private Money Club for well over a year now, and everybody's been very happy with all of the deals. I mean, how many people do you think you've worked with out of here so far, Steve, would you say?
I was trying to add it up in my head. I think it's about 12. And I think the loan count is well into the 40s. Because again, a few people did a couple loans, and then we got a few that have rolled over 2 or 3, even 3 times now over the last 14, 15, 16 months. So I'd have to count, but I'm pretty sure we're over 40, approaching 50 loans with different people in the Money Club. And I'd love to say every one of them went 100% perfect, but that isn't the case. We've had a couple where we had issues. And when I say issues, we had issues on our end. The borrower, I covered it out of pocket. There's no way I'm going to let a borrower lose money. We had a fire on one of them, and it took a lot longer than expected. Had to just tons of delays, and they ended up getting every bit of interest that they ever thought they would, and got the principal back and moved on. Again, it's love to say everything always goes perfect, but that's not the case. But even when it does, we have everything covered.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love the fact that the deals you have available right now are, lower dollar amounts compared to a lot of flips and things like that. I mean, all first lien position, right?
Correct.
So first lien position, 12%. I mean, 60 to 85,000. Multiple deals available. So if you had a few $100,000, you could split it between 3 or 4 deals, and get those quick flips and quick returns coming in and monthly paid out. And then that small one you need was, what would you say it was, about 20,000?
There were 2 different ones. One is 10, one is 15.
One is 10 and 15. Okay, cool. So if you have some of the smaller 10 or 15,000, that's great. Are those first position too, or are those going to be second?
Those are second.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah.
And just so you know what it is, it's seller finance. So the seller is enabling us to pay off the property over several years, but we need to go in and make a few repairs. So
yeah,
it's second position, but to the seller who's selling us the property. So
yeah, good question, Dexter. Yeah, Steve, I'm actually talking to somebody here this afternoon that needs to lend out about 25. So I'll definitely share that with them.
Okay,
so
and
we can get those done.
And last thing, if anyone's not sure, the most urgent one is that first one. That's the 80. So if anyone is interested in that, let me know. That's the first one I need to find a buyer, a lender for as quick as possible. And the rest of them we've got a little bit more time on, but just reach out one way or another, and hopefully we can find something that works.
Great. So Claire says she enjoys working with you, Steve. Claire Charles, and then
Sure.
Dylan Robertson said he's been lending to you. He's asking, Are you looking for one lender per property?
For most of these, yes. We may be able to go to split it up a little bit. As a matter of fact, one of the 15s is because I found a lender. She's rolled over again with me, but she didn't have quite enough to fund the whole deal herself. So she's in first position, and so that's one of the 15 is actually because I need a little bit more to cover the rest of that. So I'll do a first and second position if I need to, but for most of them, I'm trying to find one lender who can fund the whole thing.
Yeah, they're smaller amounts, so that should work out.
Good
All
question,
right, cool. So I don't see another question, Steve. So that sounds great, man. We'll get people over your way. I want so it looks like Claire might want the $80,000 deal. So give Claire a shout.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thanks, Claire. And then if anybody else wants to reach you, is it good to email you? Would you prefer a text, phone call? Of course, you can be found on Private Money Club, but just real fast, Steve, if somebody want to reach out right now.
I'll just make it easy and give a phone number that you can text to, and then we can go from there. Phone number is 317-446-6026.
26.
So that's a phone number. You can just text that. And yep, thank you. Got that. And just text that, and I'll respond pretty quick, and we'll hop on a phone call if we need to.
All right, cool, Steve. Thanks, Ben. Keep up the hard
work.
Thanks
so much. Appreciate it.
I'll give you a shout in a couple of weeks.
All right, good. Look forward to it.
Keeping this thing rolling today. Got multiple deals, multiple borrowers, multiple options. This is what the Private Money Club's all about. By the way, we've had a ton of people joining recently. So we've had a bunch of new members coming in, both on the lender and the borrower side. So as this thing grows, you guys keep bringing the deals, keep bringing the money, and we'll keep this baby rolling until the worldwide launch in October. And then it's going to be just nuts. So let's have some fun till then. All right, Chuck, how are you?
Hey, Stephen, how's it going?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for coming on. So I was talking to Chuck last week, and new to the Private Money Club, but has I believe a deal right now you're looking to get funded, right?
Yeah, I actually just posted it a couple minutes ago. I have a deal in South Buffalo. It's a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom house sitting on a double lot with a garage, and this kind of old garage from the old property they converted into this storage kind of man cave. So looking to go in and rehab the property, doing a full gut of the bathroom, kitchen, painting just atrocious colors in the house. Actually very familiar with the area. I have 2 rentals currently about a block away. So it's a nice area that I like to invest in. Yeah, this will be my first deal on Private Money Club. So in honor of that, I'm offering 15% for a first position lien. I'm looking for 130,000 for a total investment. 90,000 is a purchase price, with about 40,000 in rehab and holding costs. And we're looking for about 185,000 after repair value on this. Yeah, so basically, I've been investing for about 7 years in Buffalo with my brother and basically financing all the deals ourselves or through conventional financing through banks. So really looking forward to getting involved with private lending and potentially just do more deals more frequently, because the only thing basically holding us back has been coming up with the funds to put the 25% down with conventional banks.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's that's one of the beautiful things about private money is when you get to the point where traditional funding just doesn't work anymore. It's when you start helping out lenders and providing them 15% returns secured by a solid asset. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. So I love what you're doing. And so you've been in real estate for a while now. You're telling me you have some rentals, and so just tell us a little bit more about your experience, because just because you're new to Private Money Club doesn't mean you're new to investing. So can you just highlight that a little bit?
Got involved in real estate basically after reading the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Just totally blew my mind and just wanted to get involved in real estate as quickly as possible. Had my brother read the book, and we within a couple months bought our first rental property, and currently we manage 9 duplexes, manage all the tenants, manage repairs. We've been very willing to go in and do kind of the dirty work of cleaning up properties, cleaning, painting, whether it's interior, exterior, and try to also hire contractors to do things that are a little above our head. We're working with a couple of good contractors now that can take care of our plumbing, our HVAC, carpentry, all of that. Actually, still, me and my brother will be painting units just to save money. Gotten actually pretty decent at it after painting a lot. And yeah, I've been managing most of the finances. I actually worked for Citibank for 9 years. And then recently in March, decided to pivot and just focus on managing real estate full time.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And if anybody was at the Buffalo event, I mean, you met Chuck, we met up there. He's been coming around Flip Out and Chris and everything that we do with Money School and learning and out there making it happen every day. So it's really cool. I mean, you guys are in a great market. Andrew, said that's a great place to invest there in South Buffalo, which is good to hear. So this is interesting, right? So you said you're lending from a self-directed IRA also. So you came into Private Money Club not only to borrow, but also to lend money, right?
Yeah, that's actually what held me back a little bit of getting in Private Money Club, of just setting up my self-directed IRA, moving funds over, creating the LLC, setting up bank accounts. So as soon as the check cleared, I signed up for Private Money Club the first day. So I am also looking to lend out about 125,000 from my self-directed IRA. So if anyone has any deals they need help to get funded, please give me a shout.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of cool, right? Is instead of using your self-directed IRA to do this deal, just because there's so much rules and regulations around it, you're basically going to lend that money to somebody else, and then you're going to borrow that person's money to do your own deal. So if somebody else has a self-directed, has a self-directed IRA, and you're also doing real estate, I mean, it's kind of cool where you guys can almost lend to each other purposely, and it kind of avoids all those different rules and regulations around self-directing,
Yeah, definitely. After reading a book on self-directed IRAs, the rules are kind of insane. So like the easiest way to do is to lend to someone else. All the issues they kind of highlight in the book were doing your own deals and kind of flirting with the gray areas, and you don't want to do that.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So 80,000 purchase, 40,000 rehab, 120, and then you said you're keeping it as a rental. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm planning to keep it as a rental. I think the rents in that area I can get between 1,300 and 1,500 for that single family house.
And then how long are you looking to borrow the money for?
A year term, but I think I can get the deal done within about 6 months, and that's going to be my goal. But I'm willing to extend it out to a year if need be.
Okay, so 15% for up to a year, possibly shorter if you refinance it before then. And by the way, I saw rates are coming down right now. Rates are down below 5% again, 30-year fixed. So that's good news for you, Chuck, if that continues in that direction for these this long-term financing you're putting in place. All right, cool. So does anybody have any questions on the property, on Chuck and his experience? I mean, do you I mean, I guess I can ask. I don't see any questions coming in. So do you have like a team in place? Do you have contractors in place, like ready to go to do all the rehab as soon as it closes? Or what's that kind of look like, your team? And I know you put together a perfect loan proposal, so you could send that over and everything, but what's that look like for you?
Yeah, I'm working on finalizing the perfect loan proposal. I just posted a deal honestly a couple minutes ago. But yeah, I have a full-time contractor in place I've been working with on some other properties, and he's wrapping up small things and is honestly good to go as soon as we close on this property. I also work with two other smaller contractors who do some additional work on the side, not as their primary focus, who do exterior stuff like roofing, gutters, and interior. My other contractor can honestly do anything from HVAC, carpentry, plumbing. So I get him maybe 2 days a week. So looking to do a collaborative effort to get that done within that 6-month goal.
Nice, man. Very good. All right. So here's the deal. If you're on Private Money Club, just right down the newest deals right here. We click on this. So this is the house, huh?
Yep, that's it.
Looks like a typical Buffalo house to me. So what are your plans? Can you just kind of give us a little vision? What do you got? What do you envision for this thing?
Yeah, it's nice actually on this house. It's already vinyl sided, so not much work has been done to the exterior besides probably staining some of that porch. There's definitely a lot of debris on the property in the back, including a pool, which we'll have to rip down. And I have a contractor that's really good at just removing garbage.
Is that a swing set?
Yeah.
Right in the front yard? All right.
Yeah, the current occupants are kind of out there. So there's actually the current owner filed for an eviction on the current tenants, and that will be assigned to me if they're not out by closing. So we'll have the place empty and able to just get rid of all the debris and do work. Yeah, that wooden sided structure is that like the old garage, man cave, like storage unit they have on there. And to the right is the current garage on the property, which needs a little bit of work, including a garage door and some TLC for that.
Are you going to redo this old building too, or what's the plan with that?
No, that one will be kept as is and just honestly used for storage. I don't believe there's any heat running to it, and I don't want to deal with the headache of running utilities to that, and honestly inviting potentially more trouble from tenants if they have a larger living area.
Oh yeah, look at that beauty.
Yeah, inside's a little bit of a mess. This honestly might be the best looking room. You flip the other pictures, the paint colors they choose are just kind of horrendous, like that hot pink in there. So that'll all be
perfect
painted.
Flip, right?
Yeah. Put in some flooring, some recessed lights. And yeah, I think the kitchen and bathroom are just kind of a mess, and those have to be a full gut job.
Oh man, my 6-year-old like this looks like a gamer room, right? Oh yeah, this is a beauty.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rip out most of that and redo that whole kitchen.
Oh yeah, this is a flipper's dream house right here. Rip it out and start with a clean slate. All right, I like it. So 130, 15%. I mean, it's hard to beat that. Double lot. You got the buildings in the back, big yard. At least the vinyl siding's done. That's nice, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, you got all your costs and everything here. So an ARV of 185, you're going to refi and cash out. Here's all Chuck's contact info. So you guys can get a hold of Chuck. Just go right here, hit I am interested, or shoot him an email, send him a text, give him a call if you're looking to lend on this deal or want to find out any more information. So you basically, are you doing kind of one deal at a time right now, Chuck? You're going to get this one done and then you'll move on to the next?
Yeah, pretty much. Just because of needing flows, we're only focusing on one deal at a time. But as I get more involved in Private Money Club and kind of get that get used to it, I could probably do start looking for more deals at a time. Just before was just a constraint of just not having the funds available.
All right, cool, man. Well, I love it. I mean, I have nothing to say about it other than it looks like a good deal to me. I mean, so if anybody has 130, you're looking to do it. Presumably, I believe you're going to be using some of the same attorneys and stuff that that Chris and Andrew use. I know we sent you over a referral for one of them, so you should know the paperwork and everything should be done properly. And if you need any help with that, Chuck, just let myself, or you can see Andrew coming on right now. But, I'm sure that we are both happy to help you if you need any help with any of the paperwork or any of that.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks. I'll reach out if I need anything. Much appreciated, Stephen and Andrew.
Awesome,
All right,
man.
cool, Chuck. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I love the deal. You guys give Chuck a shout. I put it in I just show the contact information in the Private Money Club, but what's the best way to get a hold of you, Chuck? What would you prefer? Like text, email, phone?
Yeah, you can text me or email me. If you want to call, just send me a text first, just to make sure I can speak at that time.
And what's the good number again? I'm just going to put it in the chat box.
Yep, 716-983-7884.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. So
That's
shoot
my personal cell.
Yeah, shoot text, Chuck a text. You guys can talk a little bit more. He does have the perfect loan proposal and things together, so he can send those over to you so you can learn a little bit more about his experience and everything going on. But other than that, Chuck, keep up the hard work, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, and we're going to keep this thing rolling with one more deal for today.
Absolutely.
And this is a new one. This is a deal that Andrew is presenting on behalf of Chris Rood. So Chris Rood is one of our VIP borrowers in the Private Money Club. One of our, he's good friends with Chris Nagy. And I mean, how many deals has he funded through Private Money Club now, Andrew? What'd you think?
A lot, probably close to 15, 20 or so minimum.
Yeah. So
and that's
tell
just
us,
a guess off
Andrew,
the top
just
of my
real
head.
quick, because you're kind of like our catch-all do-all when it comes to money school and Private Money Club and everything. So you might see Andrew with a lot of different hats on, sideways and every other way. So in today's capacity, Andrew is also helps with putting together Chris Rood's deals as far as the paperwork, and often with Chris Rood deals, he needs larger dollar amounts. So Andrew will help facilitate sometimes 3, 4, 5 different lenders into first lien position on one deal. Quick background right there, but
Absolutely.
What's up, Andrew?
Hey, how's it going today, man? Yeah, so basically I do transaction coordination for Chris Rood deals. So that's why you're going to see me with a bunch of deals up on Private Money Club. Rood called me middle of last week going, hey, I got this deal going on. So we've got another one up. Usually with Chris Rood deals, they tend to go somewhat quickly. Chris Rood, just a little bit of background about him. He's from New Orleans. He's been a real estate investor. I think it's been well over a decade, maybe longer than that. His mentor was Grant Cardone. So very, very good at what he does. Nothing but good things to say about him as a lender. He's always, super easy to deal with, super stable, stable payments, always ready to go, and is one of our largest lenders, right? Or one of our largest borrowers right now, as far as Private Money Club is concerned. So he's done millions of dollars worth in deals from him. So the current one that we have going on, most of his stuff is in Louisiana. That's where he's at. So the current one we have right now is 70 acres. Let me share my screen here and we'll show you what we've got. So I've got this one on Private Money Club for you. So it's 70 acres with a mobile home on it. One of Chris Rood specializes in mobile home parks, just something that he's really good at. It's kind of his niche. I know when we first met him, probably it was 5 years ago. He was still specializing in these. So about 5 years, he's been specializing in just mobile homes. Really has it down to a science. So yeah, this one's 70 acre parcel, has a mobile home on it. This is going to be a relatively fast close on it. We're asking $245 is what we need to complete this deal. He's going to take the mobile home, renovated. I think this is going to be a relatively fast deal. So I think it's going to be done in 4 to 5 months, just based on what he was telling me about it. Here's the address of it, 498 State Route 8 in Lena, Louisiana. And here is just kind of a picture of where it is. So this is a little bit unusual for him. Usually he doesn't get this much acreage. Usually it's a mobile home park with a bunch of mobile homes on it. So this is a wee bit of a different thing. Always first position, 12% interest. We write out all the notes for 1 year, but generally he's done with it before 1 year. What he does is refinances. He's got a commercial, he has a really good relationship with a commercial bank, so he can refinance things relatively quickly. So kind of a good in, done, out, good solid lender. The way that we're doing things, if you've been in part of a Chris Rood deal before, we are changing things around just a little bit. What's going to happen is instead of getting monthly interest every month, you're going to get interest at the end. So you still get the same amount of money. It's just the way that we do it. So with the number of loans that he has out right now, it's getting a little bit difficult to make sure that payments get out and things, there's a lot of payments that we set out every month. So we're doing things a little bit differently with him. So it's all going to be backloaded on the end. So if you, for 4 months, at the end of that 4 months, you get all your principal back and 4 months of interest. So you're not really losing any money. It's just the time that it gets paid off. So if you're used to Chris Rood deals, we are changing them around just a little bit, but yeah, good solid deal. Acreage like this for the price point, not bad at all. Yeah, so let me know if you need it. Feel free to email me at andrew@chrisnoggle.com, or you can text me on 716-650-0187 and to get in on this deal. Here,
What's the phone number again? 716
650-0187.
All right. So that was a whole lot real quickly. Any questions on that one? Pretty straightforward. How long did you say it was for?
So I think this one's going to be 4 to 5 months. I don't think it's going to be very long. Just kind of based on what Rood and I were talking about. I don't think it's going to be very long.
Right,
but the way we do this,
acres for one mobile home.
So yeah, I think he's got bigger plans for it later on. Right now, it's just let's get the mobile home up, rented, and going. As I think where he's going at with this right now. So yep,
I got plenty of space to expand to a second mobile home. You know,
that's a hell of a mobile home
park somewhere, right?
If he makes the whole damn thing into a mobile home park, that'd be a hell of a mobile home park. Which he might do. I mean, that's kind of.
So where is Lena, Louisiana?
So I think it's right near Lafayette, where he's from.
Oh, I got you.
I think it's the same area. Yeah.
Knows that area.
Very well. And he's at that point now where he's been doing this so long. He doesn't have he still puts up bandit signs, those little we buy home signs, but he actually buys billboards, like we buy home billboards in Louisiana, and tends to do really, really well with it. So, yeah.
So if you're new to this and you don't know who Chris Rood is, Chris Rood's been working with us for quite some time now at Money School. He's been on a lot of our trainings, and he's been on Money School TV. He's been on our 2-hour coachings, but Chris Rood is a rock star. I mean, the guy is all business all the time. He tells you he doesn't watch sports. He doesn't watch TV. He doesn't do anything that doesn't further his life and his family's finances. Even to the point where he doesn't have friends. He literally tells me, he goes, friends are a waste of time. I don't have friends. I have allies. I have business partners. And so he literally takes it to the next level. Now, do I always agree with him on those aspects? No, not at all. I personally like off time. I personally like having friends that I don't necessarily do business with, but that's also why Chris Rood's probably worth several $100 million. I mean, probably close to $100 million at this point. I mean, Chris Rood's on a whole different level, right? So the guy really is a rock star, though. So that's who you would be entrusting your money to. So just wanted to share that on the screen right there. And you can go to chrisrood.com if you want to learn more. Follow him on social media. And if you get offended, maybe don't follow him on social media.
He tends to be very vocal with his opinions, which I have some respect for. I got to be honest, but
hey, if I'm lending my money to someone, it's someone like that I want to have it. So I'm all for it.
Very true. He is definitely a no BS kind of just straightforward. I love working with him. Frankly, it's always interesting on a phone call with him because when your phone calls with him are like 5 minutes and that's it, not a whole lot, because he's off doing something else. But no, he's a good guy. He's been a really solid lender for us for years. Chris Nagy and I know him personally, so it's just one of those, good person to do business with. You like to do business with people that you can trust and that will do right, and he's the one who does it. So yeah.
All right. So Andrew, while I got you, I mean, we got 15 more minutes here. We could end a little early today, but I figured 3 deals would take up the whole hour. I didn't have anything else prepared. So talk for a few more minutes here. So let's talk about the Private Money Club launch. So
absolutely.
So everybody knows, this has been the beta version of Private Money Club. It's been, we've had it going for almost 2 years now, kind of figuring out what works, what doesn't, what we want it to look like, how we want it to function. I mean, we've ran at this point, I don't know, you guys heard, probably 20 Rood deals. Steve Lawson said he's done 15, 20 deals through it. I mean, just investor after investor, just deal after deal after deal. So it's just growing from here. So we've been putting a ton of time and money into developing the new Private Money Club, which is going to launch mid-October. So Andrew's also been a significant part of that development and the technical part of it. So can you just tell us a little update, Andrew? I mean, not in depth, but just kind of at surface level, what we're looking at right now and what we're doing.
Yeah, actually, the funny part about it is actually after I get off of this, I've got another meeting with the developers right now to work through a couple of other things we're doing. So yeah, so I'm basically the product manager over it. So I'm in charge of I'm between the developers and Money School, trying to make sure that everything gets right, and we actually, create Chris's vision. So that's really my role in the Private Money Club. So it's sort of my world right now. I can kind of translate between Chris and speaking nerd and making it work. So it's some of my background as well. But yeah, so some of the stuff that we're doing right now, currently we are partnering with a company called House Folios. And we all know Rob Fuller. He's got a couple of deals going on. Rob also has a company that does analytics on properties. And so what House Folios is going to allow us to do is to be able to not only pull data. So if you list something on the new Private Money Club, you have the option that if we find good information on it, so lot size, addresses verified, things like that, you can actually get a stamp on your listing that says verified, data verified by House Folios. So, you've got a little extra, so that whoever lends on the deal has a little bit of extra assuredness that, all of this stuff is correct. So that's going to be something that we're going to do. But with House Folios as well, you will have the option to be able to get a subscription to House Folios that will integrate with Private Money Club. And they're going to be very tightly integrated. So you're not going to see a difference. It's just, if you have this integration, click a button and it'll help you to analyze the deals. So right now what we're doing is beta testing this with our 25-25-25 group, the folks that invested in Private Money Club to start getting up and going. So that's where the stage it is right now. But it's great. House Folios is wonderful because all I do is put in a certain, my criteria for whether it be a buy and hold, wholesale, wholetail, fix and flip, BRRRR, whatever it happens to be, I can put in my criteria for that and it will give me a green light, yellow light, red light for each deal. So I click a button, shows me pretty simply, yep, this is a great deal, maybe not, or no go based on your criteria. So it's something that's going to make it as easy as possible to do underwriting, easy as possible to analyze a deal to really see if it's correct. You can also pull comps from Houseffolio. There's a lot of information there, both from the MLS and from public records. So it pulls from a number of different data sources. So that's the current thing we have going on right now. As far as Private Money Club is concerned, so there's going to be a new website. We're totally redoing the website. Plus, there will be an app involved as well. We're getting the functionality so I can swipe right, swipe left. Yes, it's like a dating site. I've just got that taken care of the other day and exactly how that's going to work. But yeah, the site is going to completely have a new look. Our goal, my role, where any sort of software that I've ever been in a part of developing, I have this. It must be absolutely easy to use. I hate bad software. So that's one thing that we're trying to do as well, is to make this just as easy as possible for you folks. So that's why we're integrating with House Folios. We'll have some other integrations as well. So our goal is to make it as easy as possible to invest in real estate and to walk you through the process. I don't care if you're a seasoned investor or somebody who is doing their very first deal. We want to make sure that we can empower as many people as possible to take back control of their money, and real estate's one of the best ways to do it.
Love it, man. Yeah, I'm super pumped for it. We've been having a lot of meetings. I mean, about all the updates and changes. Like you said, you're hopping on one right after this. So yeah, I appreciate everything you're doing, Andrew. It's going to be an amazing site. And it's kind of cool to see this that we've been talking about for several years now, coming to reality. And we're going to have a big party to launch this thing. So just wanted to share that real briefly with everybody. So we are going to have our next mastermind called The Experience. Is going to be mid-October out in Sundance, Utah. And at this Experience Mastermind weekend, we are going to launch the new Private Money Club. So it's going to be a weekend to remember for many, many, many different reasons. And it's going to be an event you don't want to miss. The past experiences we've had have been unforgettable. I mean, the people that have attended we formed lifelong relationships. And so it's going to be really, really cool. So it's going to be Friday night's going to be the launch party for the new Private Money Club. And we have, the setup, what you guys have put together out there, Andrew, it's just wild, right? How do you even describe it? It's like, think of like Steve Jobs launched the iPhone, or like when Elon Musk launched like the Cybertruck, and they have the big production and everything. And so that's what it's going to be like. Like, we're putting together a really, really cool show. So it's limited. I believe we have 6 tickets left. I know this says 12 right here. I don't think that's correct. I think there's 6. There's only 6 tickets left. So
I think so.
If you're interested in that, definitely check it out. It's going to be an event that's just unbelievable for many, many reasons.
So when you started planning this event, normally I'm based out of Buffalo. I'm out on business in LA for a little bit, but normally I'm in Buffalo. And I can remember the day we actually started to do this. Chris had just watched the Steve Jobs rollout of the iPhone. So kind of think about it in that level of things. I mean, it's absolutely going to be a huge event. We really want there's a lot of people involved in making this happen. And all of us, this is probably the one biggest mark that we can make in the world, is to really help people to be able to, again, take control of their money. So we are going all out with this event. If you were to only make it to a single one of our events, this would be the one to do it, because it is going to be legendary on a lot of different levels, not just the amount of production that we're putting into the event, but just from the being a part of something that's going to become very, very big. That's really going to be the fun part of this. So yeah, absolutely. Would love to see you folks out there. And I think there's only 6 tickets left. We don't have a whole lot of tickets to begin with for it. For those of you that have not been to Sundance, it's a Sundance resort, and it is absolutely one of the most beautiful places. It's also where the Sundance Film Festival started. So that's where we're going to hold it. We were out there in March for another experience and decided we wanted to do it again because it's such a beautiful setting. So yeah, absolutely. Should be a great event. Get your tickets now while they're hot before they run out. Yeah,
it really is beautiful out there too. I mean, my wife and I have traveled all over the world, and she was like, no way I'm missing this trip. So she'll be there again. Like it's literally Sundance is just an unbelievable place.
Yes.
So yeah. So I mean, being able to say you were there for the launch of Private Money Club, rubbing shoulders and becoming friends with the founders and everybody else that'll be there, that'll be part of this. I mean, it's going to be something special. So we look forward to seeing you there. If anybody has any questions, you guys know how to reach me. Shoot me an email, send me a text message. I'm here for you. If you have any questions or want to get involved with any of these deals, please reach out to Steve, Chuck, or Andrew. And Andrew, determine which one of these deals is right for you. Get that money moving and making more money. With that being said, appreciate your time, Andrew, and coming on and providing these awesome deals to all the lenders. I don't see any other questions come in, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for today.
We do have one for Todd about the tickets. The experience tickets. The experience are $49.87. So yep,
$5,000.
Yep, $5,000. Yep.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, hope you have a great week. If you need anything, let me know. Let's go. See you guys on the next one. Thank you.
See you guys later.